Okay. Hello. This is Miss Divinity. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I'm going to call this video, what is it? Reprogramming your mind with your heart chakra. Breaking the spell, the mental spell, and what else? The matriarchy energy that's coming down on the planet. Okay. Okay. The first one I wanted to talk about was how I use my heart chakra to reprogram my mind, okay, to get ready for this new paradigm that we're coming off into. We're coming off and under the religion, oppressive thinking, okay, and the spell is being broken from that, okay. And there's going to be a lot of teachers that's going to come out with new information and everything, so I'll be looking out for people and keep doing your research, okay. Research is very important for reprogramming yourself. Study, okay? Okay. The way that I use my heart chakra to reprogram my mental mind, okay? My mental mind. Okay. You can feel your heart faintly, okay? If your heart chakra is open. If your heart chakra is not open, that means that you're operating in your root chakras, okay? So, if you're operating in your root chakras, you have to, do away with most of this fasting, and stuff like that, absence of sex and stuff like that, to actually come into the feeling of your heart. And as your Kundalini energy rises, it'll hit your heart chakra, okay? But that is done by a little purification, okay? Y'all can look that up. I don't have that information at the moment, but it's definitely possible. Okay, with that said, your heart is your first brain, okay? That's your first brain. You can feel all your feelings in your heart, okay? Might be a faint feeling, but you can feel it, especially if your chakra is already open, okay? Okay, and after you accomplish that, when your soul or spirit starts to awaken, a lot of people call it, I believe, I'm speaking from my own experience, okay, when I spiritually got awakened, I was seeing myself in the mirror. Basically, I was seeing myself, looking at myself, looking back at myself. So that's what was happening to me, and I know what was going on. It took me a little bit, but I came conscious to what was happening to me. My soul was starting to wake up, and that's what happened. And when you at that point, you can start to reprogram yourself and get that baby brain off of you. Start to reprogram your mind. And you can start doing it through your heart chakra. All the thoughts that you have inside your mind, you can meditate on that thought, and you can see how you feel about it, okay? If it's a bad thought, and you don't feel good about it, your heart don't feel good about it, go the opposite direction, okay? When you start to spiritually awake, you will be actually in the background of your thoughts, and you can actually see your thoughts, like inside your mind. You'll be the observer, basically, and your thoughts are mechanical, they're automatic. You are not your thoughts, okay? You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are mechanic. They constantly go like that. So with that said, you can practice meditation, and if you don't give that thought no attention, the thought will go away. It'll just go away, okay? Because you're not paying any attention. So I have to find another host to connect itself to. And this is one way you can start reprogramming your mind. Start putting a lot of good information inside of your brain, okay? Start trying to practice a lot of good habits, and you can start reprogramming yourself that way. Okay, okay, off of your heart chakra, when you're reprogramming yourself, there's a faint feeling that you can feel when you come into a conscious to a realization of yourself. every thought that comes through you, you can shoot a vibration from the thought. It's actually just frequency. If you meditate on that thought, you can feel an energy in your heart telling you whether it's good or bad. Okay. I was, when I spiritually awakened, one of my spiritual teachers that was around me, he told me, no, you can't have a diseased heart. I didn't understand what that meant at the time, but I do now. If you have a diseased heart, your heart acts on a lot of bad things. It lets a lot of bad stuff pass through. And if you do have that characteristic about yourself, it's okay. You can still reprogram yourself with your first brain. Okay, you're still the observer. You're still there. Okay. So with that said, you can start putting a lot of good thoughts in your head and start shooting it through your heart chakra and start to react on those thoughts, and just keep doing it in your heart. Start adjusting itself and start, okay, I like this, okay, and that's how you can get your heart chakra into balance, okay, with positive energy. We are light beings. We're energy, okay. We're love energy, the ultimate love energy. That's what we are. So you can start to reprogram yourself with that heart chakra. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure. I wanted to get out the information that I was trying to put out about the reprogramming of your mind with your heart chakra. It's basically when you spiritually awake, you can, when your thoughts are automatic, you can dwell on a thought, you can see how you feel about it, and if you feel good about that thought, you bring it to physical reality by reacting on that thought. Okay, if it's a bad thought, don't act on it. That's all you gotta do. And you'll start practicing all the good habits, and that's how you can start reprogramming yourself. Basically, thoughts are just frequencies. Okay, and we're light beings. You gotta hop on that frequency and start to manifest what you want inside this physical world. Okay, and that's how you can do that. Okay, the other one is okay, breaking the mental spell that has been put over our brains through a lot of doctoring, dogma, religion, stuff like that. Okay, a lot of people are just mentally just programmed. We call them mentally sweet. People just go along to get along. And they just go along to get along, don't care, and put it at the end of the day. If they do anything bad, they, put it in Jesus' hands. Okay, that's taking the responsibility out of off of you. Okay, and the bad thing about that is that you are responsible for saving yourself. Okay, you are a responsible one. Okay, and this is what this gets down to. We have been lied to for many of the years. The Bible is a very good informational source. Okay, that is coded. Okay, that's all it is. It's coded. It's not a bad book or anything. All holy books are good because it all has good information in it that you can use. Okay, but breaking the spell over your mental mind. Okay, there's a what's her name? There's a teacher by the name of Yafa Bay that has this video that is called Piercing the Fog, and this is one of the first videos I started watching when I got in tune with myself to try to break the spell, the mental chains off of my brain. And she goes to the dictionary on the video, and when she goes to the dictionary on the video, she actually teaches you how to read the words, the real meaning of the word in the dictionaries. And I'm going to show y'all a clip of that video on here to help y'all break the mental spell and see where y'all can start y'all research at when you come into the realization of yourself and you want to help yourself get through this spell and this mental programming that they have us up under. Okay, so I'm gonna play that for y'all, and yeah, y'all can comment with what y'all think about it, and if y'all can't find the information on YouTube, let me know, okay, and I'll do my best to try to give it to y'all, okay. Okay, but the spell is being broken. It's being erased. It's been raised. Okay, a lot of people's hearts are being tested right now. This is the weighing of the heart. Okay, it's your heart center. A lot of people will start feeling those feelings inside their heart as the frequency of the planet rises, and as the sun releases plasma onto the planet. Okay, if y'all haven't noticed, our sun is bright. That's the second coming of the sun. That's what's happening right now. We have a new sun. It's not yellow no more. And if you really do some sun gazing, you can see that it has a rainbow around the perimeter of it. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of information that's being passed through the light frequencies that's coming from the sun now. Okay. But that is what they mean when they are telling you the second coming of the sun. And there's a clip on that I'm gonna show y'all too, also about how significant the sun is right now. Well, all the time, but how significant it is with us right now, and what's really going on with the sun. But the video is it correlates to Christianity. Like I said, the second coming of the sun, which was Jesus. What they was really talking about was the second coming of our solar sun, in the solar system. That's what it was talking about. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all a clip on that. Y'all just stay tuned, and I will definitely show y'all a clip on that. This is still the breaking of the programming. Okay, these are videos that y'all can go back on YouTube and go watch. Okay, to help y'all see what's going on this planet. And yes, the energy has risen. Okay, y'all, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Okay, you're not a physical being having a spiritual experience. Okay, this is your avatar body. This physical, this flesh, is like a machine. Okay, you are not your body. You are not your thoughts. Y'all have to understand that. So your mind is reprogrammable. Okay. And that was one of the secrets that taught in the Emerald tablets. You know, how to live from age to age by reprogramming himself and being able to reprogram yourself, being a guide. Okay, understanding that your mind is reprogrammable. Okay, they program you all the time on the TV. They call it a TV program. You watch it, you sit there and you watch it all day, and it's actually programming. It's called a plasma TV. Or it's getting down to your DNA structure level on programming. That's how deep this stuff is now. And that's one reason why the sun is putting out the plasma on the planet right now. There's a lot of people that are coming through saying that they're getting downloads. This is why. In the Bible it said Jesus was the light. This is what they're talking about. It's the information. As light is only information. We are light. So with that said, that if the frequency of the sun changes, and it's shooting out a brighter light, which means it's trying to raise our frequency. You have to be to vibrate on that frequency to get in tune with the planet, to go where it's going. Okay, and that's what's happening right now. A lot of people are evolving. We are evolving. Okay, you're not your physical body. You're not. Okay, you are a spiritual being having a physical experience, and that's what's going on right now. Okay. And the matriarchy energy that's coming down on the planet right now. Okay, what's going on is Mother Earth. We live on a what is it? I don't want to say the word wrong. Mother Earth is a nurturing planet. Okay, it's a nurturing planet. It's not a war planet. Okay, so what she's doing is using her children to speak this information as the children of Mother Earth. The energy is off balance at the moment. Okay, because we're under a patriarchy system. So with that said, we have we're all the way off of the balance. We're too far away from the balance. So what's happening is Mother Earth is coming back to balance out the planet, okay? And it's not something that women are just coming for the matriarchy to rule over men or something like that. That's not the issue. The energy is coming to balance the planet. That's what it is, okay? It teaches you love. It teaches you joy, happiness, how to work with people, stuff like that. That's what this energy is about, us coming together, us teaching each other love, us giving each other love. You know, the planet, you know, don't want to leave nobody behind, okay? So with this energy that's coming down, there's going to be a lot of teachers that's going to come through, okay? And y'all listen, and don't take anything off of face value. Go do your research. And that's very important. But yeah, the matriarchy energy is definitely coming down to balance things out, okay? And that's a good thing for us, right? That's a good thing. This planet needs a little more love in it, and I'm all for it. I would love that. But it's not nothing, women, if you're watching it, this energy is not to attack the men. And men, if y'all watching, this is not to attack you. It's to balance everything out. You know, the mother is the first teacher. That's how it is on this planet. The mother is the first teacher. You know, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Okay. So yeah, that's the first energy, and we're going back into the natural order of things, and that's Mother Earth coming into play with us, and coming into the picture for us to rebalance us, to recalibrate our systems. Your brain is a supercomputer. That's what you have to say. That's what you have to understand. Your brain is a supercomputer, and we have to understand that. Just like, okay, for example, you have your smartphone or your computers, and all the information that you get, you have it all on your phone or your computer. You don't even use your brain anymore to hold in information. We don't do that anymore. We have these smartphones that we're stuck to. Every time we need something, we go to our phone. That's because that's what your brain is supposed to be doing. If we did not have the technology at this moment, that would be our brains. Okay, our brains would be that strong. You know, if we didn't have this computer or these iPhones and Android phones, your brain will be calculating all that in this dimension, and that's how powerful we are. Y'all have to understand that. Okay, and this is a good thing for us. Okay, let me see. Yeah, breaking this down. Yeah, I think I touched on everything that I wanted to say. But yeah, y'all definitely start to do y'all work on trying to reprogram your mind with your heart chakras. First, you have to work on your chakras to make sure that your the center of your heart is in the correct balance before you start to shoot the frequencies of the thought energy through your heart. Okay, and make sure you can't have a diseased heart. Okay, your heart has to be balanced. It has to be a good heart. Okay, and that's how we start to reprogram our minds, is with the first brain. Okay, with the first brain, and then we balance those thoughts from our centerpiece, our center heart, to start to reprogram this part. You know something wrong, you're not going to do it because it don't, like I say, it don't feel right. Don't feel right. That's what it is. It's your heart telling you. God's essence is written on our hearts. Okay, we don't need no book to tell us who we are. It's written on your essence. It's inside your essence. It's who you are. Okay, and ain't nothing new under the sun. So all this information that's coming down right now was already on this planet. Y'all just have to raise your frequency to get to what you call it, to receive the information and to help yourself raise to a high vibration. Okay, there's a lot of teachers I heard that's on YouTube that can assist with that. I'm only versed in the areas that I'm versed in, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show the clips of Yakabe with the piercing of the fog, the breaking the mental programming, to help y'all to give y'all a source to go look to get some of this information to help y'all along while y'all navigating y'all avatar bodies. Okay, and this is a very good source to start that at. And the other one is for the Christians. If y'all are watching, I'm going to show y'all about the astro, the cosmic. That's what I meant to say. The cosmic second coming of the sun. Okay, I'm gonna show you the reference and what they was talking about. Okay, I love y'all. Just hold on 1 minute.
Equivocal. Equivocal. It's very important that you look this up. See, this is what's taking a little bit of the time. Now, while you guys are turning there, I'm going to go and start reading because we got a late start. Is that okay? Or do you want me to try to wait until most of you are on the page? No. Yeah, they're being recorded. Okay. Equivocal means lots of things, and some of your dictionaries will tell you exactly what it means, and some of them will not. The most important thing you should know about equivocal language, which is what English is this. And this is an old definition of an old dictionary. Equivocal language is subject to two or more interpretations, and it is usually used to mislead. The dictionary specifically says that. It is used to mislead, to deceive, to confuse, and it is of uncertain nature or disposition toward a person or thing. It is of doubtful advantage, of doubtful genuineness, and of doubtful moral rectitude. That's what an equivocal language is. That's what English is. That's why when our ancestors used to say, the pale man speaks with forked tongue, that's what they were talking about. He says something and it's not usually what you think it means. Okay? All right. Now, I kind of want to share, turn to grammar. One of the things that you learn about English is what? Grammar. And you go to what? Grammar school to learn grammar. Grammar is spelled G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Grammar. Now, what you need to understand about the word grammar, is there anybody here that's ever seen this show that comes on weekly about the three sister witches called Charms? Yeah. And they always talk about this book called the Grimoire, or the Dark Book of Shadows. That's another definition of the word grammar. Turn in your dictionary to the word grammar, and if it doesn't say it in the definition, it should say it in the bracket. That the word grammar is the same word as the word glamour, G-L-A-M-O-U-R. They're exactly the same. The word grimoire, I'm going to erase the equivocal if that's all right. Once you get this, I don't have a lot of specifics and answers. That's what Omari is for. What I'm here for today is to get you clear. Once you have clarity in the concept and you can see the big picture, then when people like Omari start shooting data at you, you're not sitting there and being bombarded with data. Once you have clarity and you can see the big picture, then when somebody starts throwing data at you, you can see it because now the fog is removed. That's what I do. I help people get things a little more clear. So I don't have a lot of specifics, but I can get you clear. Okay? All right. There's another word called grimoire, G-R-I-M-O-I-R-E. These three words are identical. Grimoire is G-R-I-M-M-A-I-R-E. And grimoire, G-R-I-M-O-I-R-E. These words are identical words. And when you look all of these words up in the dictionary, if you get to the brackets, then when you start looking looking at the derivations of the word, you will see that they're one and the same. So when you send your children to, and you went yourself, to grammar school, you were really being placed in a situation where you were being cast the most vital spell on yourself that could ever be cast. Grammar school is glamour school, grammar school, grammar school, and grimoire school. The evil book of shadows. You were put a spell on, and you've been all messed up ever since.
Why these attributes? Why the virgin birth on December 25th? Why dead for 3 days in the inevitable resurrection? Why 12 disciples or followers? To find out, let's examine the most recent of the solar messiahs. Jesus Christ was born of the Virgin Mary on December 25th in Bethlehem. His birth was announced by a star in the east, which 3 kings or magi followed to locate and adorn the new Savior. He was a child teacher at 12, and at the age of 30 he was baptized by John the Baptist, and thus began his ministry. Jesus had 12 disciples, which he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick, walking on water, raising the dead. He was also known as the King of Kings, the Son of God, the Light of the World, the Alpha and Omega, the Lamb of God, and many, many others. After being betrayed by his disciple Judas and sold for 30 pieces of silver, he was crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected and ascended into heaven. First of all, the birth sequence is completely astrological. The star in the east is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt. These 3 bright stars in Orion's belt are called today what they were called in ancient times, the 3 kings. And the 3 kings and the brightest star, Sirius, all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. This is why the 3 kings follow the star in the east, in order to locate the sunrise, the birth of the sun. The Virgin Mary is the constellation Virgo, also known as Virgo the Virgin. Virgo in Latin means virgin. Virgo is also referred to as the house of bread, and the representation of Virgo is a virgin holding a sheaf of wheat. This house of bread and its symbol of wheat represents August and September, the time of harvest. In turn, Bethlehem, in fact, literally translates to house of bread. Bethlehem is thus a reference to the constellation Virgo, a place in the sky, not on earth. There's another very interesting phenomenon that occurs around December 25th, or the winter solstice. From the summer solstice to the winter solstice, the days become shorter and colder. And from the perspective of the northern hemisphere, the sun appears to move south and get smaller and more scarce. The shortening of the days and the expiration of the crops when approaching the winter solstice symbolized the process of death to the ancients. It was the death of the sun. And by December 22nd, the sun's demise was fully realized, for the sun, having moved south continually for 6 months, makes it to its lowest point in the sky. Here a curious thing occurs. The sun stops moving south, at least perceivably, for 3 days. And during this 3-day pause, the sun resides in the vicinity of the Southern Cross, or Crux, constellation. And after this time, on December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree, this time north, foreshadowing longer days, warmth, and spring. And thus it was said, the sun died on the cross, was dead for 3 days, only to be resurrected or born again. This is why Jesus and numerous other sun gods share the crucifixion, 3-day death, and resurrection concept. It is the sun's transition period before it shifts its direction back into the northern hemisphere, bringing spring and thus salvation. However, they did not celebrate the resurrection of the sun until the spring equinox, or Easter. This is because at the spring equinox the sun officially overpowers the evil darkness, as daytime thereafter becomes longer in duration than the night, and the revitalizing conditions of spring emerge. Now, probably the most obvious of all the astrological symbolism around Jesus regards the 12 disciples. They are simply the 12 constellations of the zodiac, which Jesus, being the sun, travels about with. In fact, the number 12 is replete throughout the Bible. coming back to the cross of the zodiac, the figurative life of the sun, this was not just an artistic expression or tool to track the sun's movement. It was also a pagan spiritual symbol, the shorthand of which looked like this. This is not a symbol of Christianity. It is a pagan adaptation of the cross of the zodiac. This is why Jesus in early occult art is always shown with his head on the cross, for Jesus is the Son of God, the light of the world, the risen Savior who will come again, as it does every morning, the glory of God who defends against the works of darkness, as he is born again every morning and can be seen coming in the clouds, up in heaven, with his crown of thorns or sun rays. Now, of the many astronomical metaphors in the Bible, one of the most important has to do with the ages. Throughout the scriptures, there are numerous references to the age. In order to understand this, we need to be familiar with a phenomenon known as the Procession of the Equinoxes. The ancient Egyptians, along with cultures long before them, recognized that approximately every 2150 years, the sunrise on the morning of the spring equinox would occur in a different sign of the zodiac. This has to do with a slow, angular wobble that the Earth maintains as it rotates on its axis. It is called a procession because the constellations go backwards rather than through the normal yearly cycle. The amount of time it takes for the procession to go through all 12 signs is roughly 25,765 years. This is also called the Great Year, and ancient societies were very aware of this, and they referred to each 2150-year period as an age. From 4300 BC to 2150 BC, it was the age of Taurus, the bull. From 2150 BC to 1 AD, it was the age of Aries, the ram. And from 1 AD to 2150 AD, it is the age of Pisces, the age we are still in to this day. And in and around 2150, we will enter the new age, the age of Aquarius. Now, the Bible reflects, broadly speaking, a symbolic movement through 3 ages while foreshadowing a 4th. In the Old Testament, when Moses comes down Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments, he is very upset to see his people worshiping a golden bull calf. In fact, he shattered the stone tablets and instructed his people to kill each other in order to purify themselves. Most biblical scholars will attribute this anger to the fact that the Israelites were worshiping a false idol or something to that effect. The reality is, the golden bull is Taurus the bull, and Moses represents the new age of Aries the ram. This is why Jews even today still blow the ram's horn. Moses represents the new age of Aries, and upon the new age, everyone must shed the old age. Other deities mark these transitions as well, such as Mithra, a pre-Christian god who kills the bull in the same symbology. Now Jesus is the figure who ushers in the age following Aries, the age of Pisces, or the 2 fish. Fish symbolism is very abundant in the New Testament. Jesus feeds 5,000 people with bread and 2 fish. When he begins his ministry walking along Galilee, he befriends 2 fishermen who follow him. And I think we have all seen the Jesus fish on the back of people's cars. Little do they know what it actually means. It is a pagan astrological symbolism for the sun's kingdom during the age of Pisces. Also, Jesus' assumed birth date is essentially the start of this age. At Luke 22:10, when Jesus is asked by his disciples where the last Passover would be, Jesus replies, "Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in." This scripture is by far one of the most revealing of all the astrological references. The man bearing the pitcher of water is Aquarius, the water bearer, who is always pictured as a man pouring out a pitcher of water. He represents the age after Pisces, and when the Sun, God's Son, leaves the age of Pisces, Jesus, it will go into the house of Aquarius, as Aquarius follows Pisces in the procession of the Equinoxes. All Jesus is saying is that after the age of Pisces will come the age of Aquarius. Now, we have all heard about the end times and the end of the world. The cartoonish depictions in the book of Revelation aside, the main source of this idea comes from Matthew 28:20, where Jesus says, "I will be with you even to the end of the world." However, in the King James Version, world is a mistranslation, among many mistranslations. The actual word being used is eon, which means age. I will be with you even to the end of the age, which is true, as Jesus' solar Piscean personification will end when the Sun enters the age of Aquarius. The entire concept of end times and the end of the world is a misinterpreted astrological allegory. Let's tell that to the approximately 100 million people in America who believe the end of the world is coming. Furthermore, the character of Jesus being a literary and astrological hybrid is most explicitly a plagiarization of the Egyptian sun god Horus. For example, inscribed about 3,500 years ago on the walls at the Temple of Luxor in Egypt are images of the Annunciation, the miracle conception, the birth, and the adoration of Horus. The images begin with Thoth announcing to the Virgin Isis that she will conceive Horus, then Neph, the Holy Ghost, impregnating the Virgin, and then the virgin birth and the adoration. This is exactly the story of Jesus' miracle conception. In fact, the literary similarities between the Egyptian religion and the Christian religion are staggering.
Okay, family, I hope y'all was able to make it to the end of the video. Go back to YouTube, research those videos, and watch them thoroughly, okay? It'll help you along the way to help break through your programming and assist you in a lot of information. Y'all stay safe, and you know, we got this thing, okay? If y'all want to contact me, my email address is mrsdivinitysociety@gmail.com. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Love and light. Until next time. This is Miss Divinity. Time to come together, baby.